My name is DavidTong and I am the Chair of the Trust Board of a New Zealand charity named P3 Foundation. We are here co-hosting this side event on the road to COP20 and beyond, discussing youth climate action, both the project and broader actions around youth activities for COP21. We are very happy to be co-hosting this event with the Association Action Vital pour le Développement Durable, and I apologise for my terrible French pronunciation there. We are also working in partnership with the International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges, the United Nations Millennium Campaign My World 2015, the Youth Inc. Centre Beijing, and the Commonwealth Youth Climate Change Network, CYCN. It is a real honour for us to be with so many widely respected partners. I will in a moment hand over to a video from JeanPaulBrice Affana, who was the younger focal point from 2010 to 2011, and who speaks on behalf of our co-organiser of this event. Before doing that, however, I'll say a few words about who P3 Foundation is and what we do. P3 is very simply New Zealand's youth movement against extreme poverty in Asia and the Pacific. We are a movement for social justice and for sustainable, real, locally controlled development. Since some friends and I, including the 2010 Young Executive of the Year, Dr. Développement, created P3 Foundation in December 2009, we have grown to a movement of over 170 New Zealanders. That might be a smallish number of people from larger countries, but remember, New Zealand is a very small country. We have grown to become New Zealand's largest youth organisation for sustainable development. We have partnerships with World Vision, Oxfam, Save the Children and UNICEF, amongst others. What we do is build momentum in New Zealand around the issue of poverty in the Pacific. We then use the energy and the skills of our volunteers to support partner projects across the Pacific and Southeast Asia. We have partners who run development projects, we have had partners who run development projects in our 4-year history in Tonga, Burma, India and Indonesia. We are very proud that all of those partnerships is a 3-way triangular partnership. We partner with development experts such as Oxfam or Save the Children, who know good development practice better than we do, who can help us assess those projects. But most importantly, we partner with projects in the communities that we are supporting. We do not believe that it is our role as New Zealanders, our role as people from the global north, to come with a solution to sustainable development, or indeed a solution to climate change. Rather, it is our role to talk to the people in the communities that we are supporting and find out how we can help them achieve the goals that they set for themselves. P3 Foundation builds itself on an ethic of partnership, and that's why I was very happy to partner with YouthClimateAction and with Miroslav and others to bring this event to you. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce a short video from JeanPaulBrice Affana.
Thank you very much, Miroslav, for giving me the floor. I'm very honored and also very grateful to be able to join you all today at this side event taking place in Lima. Fortunately, I couldn't join you in person. I have some other commitment, and I would like to see other young people taking the lead in engaging actively in this global climate process. And that's why I'm able to share this video message with you in order to bring my contribution in. So I would like just to bring some few input to what Miro had said previously before me, is that the reason why we need to mobilize resources to support the work of young people has a very strong argument that rely on how do we maintain the ability of young people to keep engaging and supporting this global development agenda. It's not only about like supporting young activists, it's also about supporting young people who can become later young professionals and then develop a career that will support the global climate agenda, not only at the global level but also at the national level. So I will take a very simple example. I'm someone who you probably all know in this room today. Some of you really know me very well. I have been focal point of Yungo in 2011. and also I've been engaged in many different processes, but that's not what is important regarding this side-event topic. What is important is how do we maintain this passion that young people have, and how do we make sure that their contribution has a very long-term impact at global level. And I will take the example of the Rio Plus 20 Global Youth Music Competition that we organized in 2012 in the context of the Rio Plus 20 conference. We were all together at the workshop in September 2011 in Klagenfurt in Austria, and then we thought about how can we engage young people who don't have the capacity and the financial resources to come to Rio. And then we thought, okay, music is a universal language. Music is able to connect the hearts and also bring people together around the same purpose. And then we thought of organizing this music competition, which was launched. And the Rio Plus 20 Global Music Competition was a big surprise for us. Not only because it was related to the Rio Plus 20 conference, but also because we were able to hear from very grassroots level young people about what they think on the role of young people to achieve sustainability in the national government, at the national level, with support of civil society. And this led us to understand that it's not only about talking during global policies meetings, but it's also about how do we engage stakeholders at the local level. And it's a very simple way of doing it. Is giving the floor to those who want to contribute. Giving the floor to young people, not only because young people have the capacity to do it, but also because it's important to strengthen this capacity. Empowering young people will always help us to achieve more impact in terms of the implementing development agenda. And it's the same purpose with climate change agenda. If we provide young people with the necessary resources, the skills they need, and also to accompany them in the role they have to play in the society, then we'll be able to empower citizens who will later become those who are making the decisions. And they will understand that there's so much struggle happening when you have to volunteer, when you have to give your time, your energy, your resources for a very noble cause. And those people who are going to be decision makers later will then be able to better support those who are going to follow us. The young generation, the coming generation, have the possibility to support what we are doing today. And if we want to empower them and support them, start today. And the way we want to work today should be linked to what we want to achieve tomorrow. It's very simple. Let's give the necessary forces to young people. Let's support them in terms of capacity building. Very important, capacity building. Let's also provide them with enabling environments. And while we have all this together, we need to mobilize enough resources so that the work they do today will not be stopped just because something was missing. It could be very easy to stop all achievement when a very simple measure is missing. And this measure could be either a necessary training, a necessary funding to support the youth movement, but also the way we want to bring actors together to strengthen the way they work and have a synergy that will help us to mobilize all what we want to mobilize. Natural resources could only be safe if we mobilize human resources to take care of that. And that's what I would like to see us at the end of this side event, to reflect on how do we ensure that the work young people are doing today will be supported in the very long term, and how could we be successful altogether, and how could we translate this to the policymakers and tell them, okay, this is what young people would like to see, this is how you can support them, and this is what they would like to achieve with your support, with the resources that are necessary, with the voice of young people in order to support the actual generation, but also the next generation, because we can do it all together. I thank you very much, and I would like to hear from the outcome of this side event and how the reflection will lead us to take all our efforts as a single voice, because Paris is not far away. We have to get prepared now, and we started this preparation many years ago, and that's why we are here today. Thank you very much, and I wish you successful discussion. All the best. Bye-bye.
I would like to thank Jean-Paul very much for his recording that video for us. I think this provides a good example of just how quickly youth can rise and can gain positions of respect within movements and achieve a lot of real, tangible outcomes. Jean-Paul has done awesome things since his work as focal point for Youngo 3 years ago. For myself, I certainly never expected when I came to my first UN Climate Change Conference in Durban and saw Jean-Paul running around organising everything. But one day I might share a stage with him, let alone introduce him. So it's been an honour for me to introduce Jean-Paul. It's now my turn to introduce another UNFCCC youth younger focal point, SabrinaMarquant. Sabrina is speaking today not in her capacity as a focal point, nor in her capacity as an active member of Climate, a French-based but international climate change movement, but in her capacity as the project coordinator for the Youth Climate Action Program. The Youth Climate Action Program was a variety of initiatives culminating ultimately in a website launched around the Ban Ki-moon Summit. And while I understand that it is currently somewhat inactive, Sabrina will be sharing with us some lessons from what has happened so far and hopefully plans for the project's future.
Thanks, David, for giving me the opportunity to explain a little bit about what is a Youth Climate Action Project and where we are now and what we're going to plan for the next year in Paris and after Paris. So this project was launched just a month before the climate summit. It's a youth-led project with youth-led project and we received a kindly support from the Food and Agriculture Organization, but also the United Nations Joint Framework Initiative on Children, Youth and Climate Change, but also Ahmad Al-Andawi, who is a special youth envoy for Ban Ki-moon, and we also have the support, the financial support from GCCA. So the goal of this project is really simple, is to have one platform in which each young people around the world can put their action, what they do to fight against climate change. Could be like a flash mob, could be like a meeting with their government, or could be like anything. So the idea is to have like in one common place all youth activities. So for 3 reasons. So the first reason is to give more visibility of what young people are doing to fight against climate change. The second objective is to empower young people around the world, and especially on the road to Paris. Like if young people somewhere in the world want to, I don't know, do something to fight against climate change or to participate on action, on doing something, he can go on this platform and be in contact, and so that can build synergy between young people. But also it's really important for us to have this platform because most of the time when we talk with other stakeholders, we have the feeling that they know that young people around the world are doing action, but they don't have a really good visibility of what we are doing. So this is a good place for showing what we do at the local, national and international level. So we launched this action, we launched this platform before the Ban Ki-moon Summit, so that was the first step to see if young people were interested in doing that on this platform correspond to their expectation and their desire. For On the Road to Paris will be the next step, and the idea is to create more synergy with other young people around the world who are fighting other issue but really connected with climate change, in order to have like a bigger picture and panorama of what young people are doing, in order to prepare and to reinforce the youth mobilization and the youth movement on the road to Paris and beyond.
Thank you, Sabrina. It's now time for me to hand over the chair to Miroslav. Over to you.